The man everyone underestimated. Every morning in the small apartment began the same way. The alarm rang loudly, and Arav hit it without even opening his eyes. He turned to the other side of the bed, pulling the blanket over his head like a lazy child. From the kitchen came the sound of utensils and the smell of tea. His wife, Meera, was already awake, dressed neatly, ready for another busy day. Arav, get up, Meera said firmly. It's already late. I'm not going anywhere, Arav replied in a sleepy voice. Let me sleep a little more. Meera sighed. She stood at the bedroom door, hands on her waist. You stay at home all day, still you are tired. Sometimes I feel I married the laziest man on earth. Arav smiled weakly but said nothing. Meera worked in a private company. Her life was full of deadlines, pressure, and responsibility. She left home early and returned tired in the evening. Arav, on the other hand, had no job, at least that was what everyone believed. He stayed at home, watched TV, slept in the afternoon, and failed badly at household work. If Meera asked him to wash clothes, he mixed white and colored ones. If she asked him to cook, the food was either half raw or burned. Slowly, Meera stopped expecting anything from him. Neighbors whispered. Relatives joked. He looks like a good man, but he's useless, they said. Meera laughed with them sometimes, but inside her heart, there was disappointment. What Meera did not know was that her husband was living two lives. The moment Meera locked the door and left for work, Arav changed. The lazy body disappeared. His eyes became sharp. His movements became fast and controlled. He locked the door carefully, closed the curtains, and opened a hidden cabinet behind the bookshelf. Inside was a bag that did not belong to a lazy man. There were small devices, encrypted phones, thin gloves, and tools that looked simple but were very powerful. Arav picked up one phone. The screen lit up with one line, "Mission active." Arav was an undercover agent. Years ago, before marrying Meera, he had been selected for a special unit. His training was brutal. Fighting in the dark, surviving without food, reading human behavior, using weapons silently, he had learned everything. His record was perfect. Once Arav fixed a target, that target disappeared forever. No noise, no trace. But the most difficult assignment of his life was not killing enemies. It was acting normal. Being lazy was his best cover. That morning, after checking messages, Arav cleaned the entire house. He washed clothes, cooked simple food, and packed everything neatly. Then he changed into plain clothes and stepped out, looking like a normal man going to buy groceries. But he was not going to the market. Within an hour, in another part of the city, a dangerous deal was stopped. A criminal vanished. No news channel reported it. No one knew. By evening, Arav was back home. Before Meera returned, he messed up the kitchen a little, left some clothes unfolded, and lay down on the sofa, pretending to sleep. When Meera entered, tired and irritated, she looked around and said, "Whole day at home and still nothing done." Arav opened his eyes slowly. "I tried," he said softly. Mira shook her head and went to the kitchen. Days became months. Months became years. Mira slowly accepted that this was her life. A hardworking wife and a lazy husband. She often scolded Arav, sometimes ignored him, but she never stopped caring. Arav listened to everything quietly. Every scolding was a small price to protect her from the truth. One night, Mira noticed something strange. Arav had a bruise on his arm. "What happened?" she asked. "I hit the door," he replied casually. Another night, he spoke strange words in his sleep, numbers, codes, names. "Bad dream," he said the next morning. But Mira's doubts started growing. Then one day, everything changed. Mira came home early from work because she was not feeling well. As she opened the door, she froze. The house was spotless, cleaner than ever before. Arav was not on the sofa. The TV was off. The kitchen was shining. Her heart started beating fast. She walked slowly and noticed the bookshelf slightly moved. Behind it was a cabinet she had never seen open. It was unlocked. With shaking hands, she opened it. Inside was a bag full of strange devices. And a badge. Her legs felt weak. At that moment, Arav stood behind her. "I knew this day would come," he said calmly. Mira turned around, tears in her eyes. "Who are you?" she whispered. Arav closed the cabinet and sat down. He took a deep breath and told her everything, his training, his missions, his fake laziness, and why he had hidden the truth. "I wanted you to be safe," he said. "If you knew, you would always be in danger." Mira listened silently. Every memory replayed in her mind, every insult, every complaint, every moment she called him useless. "I thought you were a loser," she cried. "I treated you badly." Arav smiled gently. "That meant my cover was perfect." That night, Mira could not sleep. She realized that the man she underestimated for years was a hero. A silent protector. Someone who fought battles she never even knew existed. The next morning, when Arav woke up late as usual, waiting for scolding, something different happened. Mira placed a cup of tea near him. "Good morning," she said softly. Arav looked shocked. From that day, everything changed. Mira never mocked him again. Her respect and love grew deeper. She looked at him with pride. Sometimes fear, sometimes admiration, but always love. Arav also changed. He reduced the drama. He helped more openly. Between missions, he spent more time with Mira. Sometimes Mira smiled and asked, "So, hero, any mission today?" Arav replied with a soft smile, "Yes. Coming back home safely to you." And for him, that was the most important mission of all.